So what I have here, for those of you that can't see, is the Snoopy snow cone maker. And we had one of these when I was a kid.
I did too.
Yes.
I did too.
So growing up, we had the snow cone maker. We had it for years and years and years. And I want to say my brother still had like the snowman that has Woodstock on it. That was the flavor.
You squeeze them?
Yes. And so what I like about this is I've been able to find items like I had as a kid that I loved, that I don't want to keep in my home year round. I don't have the space for it, but by bringing it out once a year, I get to still have those memories without it taking up a ton of space.
Welcome to Reframe and Reclaim. We are Courtney Huckabee, a psychotherapist,
and Jen Harris, an interior designer, who have teamed up
to reflect,
challenge,
and reframe your mindset in relationship with your personal belongings.
Join us as we discuss and declutter all of the stuff that keeps us stuck.
Learn to intentionally create environments with improved function and design that cultivate peace of mind. Find the reframe.
Start your reclaim.
Hi, welcome to Reframe and Reclaim. I am Courtney Huckabee.
And I'm Jen Harris.
And today we're here to talk a little bit more about emotions and our belongings. A big part of our entire book is about how to reframe your relationship with your items or belongings in your home and how to reclaim your space. But we wanted to talk about some of our personal items in our homes.
Yes.
And the relationship we have with them, the feelings it brings up for us, maybe some of the memories it might bring as well, and share a little bit with you about our items in our homes.
Yes.
So we brought a few things.
Yes. So would you like me to start?
Sure.
All right. So I was kind of, going back and forth about like what items do I bring? And I know it doesn't have to be something that's super sentimental or, just something that brings up feelings, right? So I'm going to start with a teaching planner.
Ooh.
So it is new, as you can see for those of you that are listening and can't see, is a teacher planner. We have decided to homeschool our boys this fall. So in addition to moving, total life transitions, we're like, let's just do a new school.
Why not?
Courtney is actually going to be leading the way. I'm assistant to the teacher, so I'm very happy with that role. But I love planners. I love planning, and so I am excited to fill this up with lesson plans and all of the new things we're going to learn, all the new things we're going to do in our extra time. Because one of the goals we had, again, with moving is my husband was doing 410, so he's working Monday through Thursday. And so that really allowed us to have more family time on the weekends and go camping and just do more fun things and explore the city. So that's our goal. And by being so thoughtful in our planning process and what we're teaching and how we're teaching and being really intentional, we're going to be able to change our week from 5 days to 4 days. So I think it'll really help my boys with their high energy levels. It's going to help with our family relationships.
Right.
And I'm just really excited about this next chapter. So
it brings up some excitement, some hopefulness.
Some anxiety.
A little bit of anxiety.
A little bit of overwhelm. This is a big planner. It's a whole year of lesson planning to fill out. But overall excited. I was much more anxious in the beginning before, we had concrete things because it is so overwhelming. And for those of you that homeschool, you may know all this. For those of you that don't, there are so many curriculums you can choose that it is very overwhelming if it's your first time. And if you don't know a whole lot of people who are homeschooling right now to kind of help you navigate that whole world. So I also had little bouts of, teaching during COVID or like in the summertime, we do like a little bit here and there. Mm-hmm. And it hasn't gone great, but we're learning. And one of the things I'm also excited about is like at the beginning of the school year, we're really taking the time to see what my boys' learning styles are. Like, do they like music when they learn? Do they like to be outside? Do they like to have a comfy chair? So really adapting our environment to fit their learning style. So I'm excited to see how they're able to grow. And yeah.
I'm so excited for this chapter too. And anything new can be just have anxious feelings, worrisome, self-doubt, anything you try that's different and new. And you're just embracing a lot of newness this year. And so I'm really excited to partner, and we can do this together. And this is a great way for our boys to have more time together, for us to have more time with our kids, for us to have a little more flexibility in our schedules, whether we want to travel or have family time, or rest one more day, we can.
Yes. And I will say, bless all those teachers out there. I know a lot of schools change things at the beginning of the year, so on top of trying to get ready for the school year, build your own curriculum, you're learning new things within the system and red tape of school districts. So I just really appreciate all the teachers and have so much respect. I couldn't do a classroom of kids, so hats off.
We have 3. We can do 3.
We can
I
do
hope.
3.
I hope. We'll try our best. I'm super excited for that too.
So what items do you have?
So I was going through my home this week, and I was like, I have items everywhere, just like everyone else does. And I was like, I'm just going to bring something that I've had for a very long time. And it's this really pretty gold picture frame. It's small. It's something that I've actually had on my work desk for multiple years. It's now in my home on my kitchen bar, and there's a little quote inside that I love, and it goes along a little bit with homeschooling. It says, "What you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create," and it's Buddha. And so I love this because I do think that our minds are very powerful. Our thoughts are very powerful, and I just remind myself, and when I am anxious or overwhelmed, what's a possible reframe. Being really optimistic or hopeful or just persistent, dreaming big is really big for me. I love dreaming,
and they come true too.
And thank you to this, but this brings me a lot of self-reassurance, affirmation. I've had it visible. My goodness. 8 years. This was a gift actually from a teacher when I was working at the schools. I used to be a school counselor. So this frame itself was a gift. And then I love quotes. I collect words. I love words so much. And I put this quote in it for myself just to remind me that things are possible, think positive, and try our very best.
Now, is that a quote that you had, read and connected with before you got the frame, or is it kind of something throughout your life, or was it really after you got the frame you're like, this is perfect?
Well, actually, no. This frame was empty for a while. I just love the frame. It's very sparkly. It shows a lot of character, and it's gold, and so it brings attention. And so I actually put the quote in probably a year or two after, because I had it in my office at private practice after I left the schools. I used to be a school counselor and started my own private practice. So yeah, it's just kind of both of these have come together where they needed to be.
Very nice.
Yes, I love it.
Now it sits in your kitchen where you can see it every day.
And my husband sees it, and my child sees it, and anybody who comes into my house sees it too. So hopefully it's just a little nugget.
Yes, I like it. You do like quotes.
I do.
All right, well, my next set of items, and I don't have all the colors here, but my Papermate felt tip pens that kind of match my shirt. They're warm colors for those of you who can see, but I love these markers and pens. They are thin enough that I can write all over my calendar and still have space for lots of events. They come in so many colors that I get to color code them for everyone. I love Sharpies as well, but why I like the Papermates more is it doesn't bleed through the paper.
Oh.
Because I used to do all Sharpies, but it was bleeding through too much. So I love the colors. I love the feel of it. I just love a good marker. For those of you that listened to the Back to School episode, you knew that at Back to School, markers were my jam, right? So
and they still are.
They still are. And again, all the colors, so I can match a Pantone to it or a paint swatch, and everyone gets their own color. And yeah,
love it.
Love.
So it brings you a lot of happiness. It brings some nostalgia of when you were younger.
Yes.
And it just you may not be back to school as a student, but now we're back to school as a homeschool mom.
And I will say, every time I use one, I feel better because I'm making a list, or I'm checking something off my list, or I am communicating something to my family that needs to happen. So lots of good things come from what comes out of these markers. And I mean, even when we were writing the book, it was like, oh, topics we need to discover. Or I'd jot down, oh, I need this for a chapter, or remember this story. So, yes, colorful markers. That's my Papermate felt tip pens. I am not a paid endorsement for them. I just love them. So.
Brings her joy,
Yes.
Productivity, accomplishment, organization.
Yes, exactly. Shocker.
Shocker. We know she loves organizing, whether it's on paper or in real life. So anytime we can organize some thoughts or spaces.
Yes.
My next item is a small item, but a very important item. This is an item that belonged to my grandmother. She loved pelicans, and I do not love pelicans, but I had a bad run-in with a pelican one time.
Oh, wait. No, you're going to have to expand on that. You can't.
Right. So, my grandmother lived on the beach in Florida, and so our father would take us out on the pier where they went fishing, and it was really cool because you would go over the water, see all the waves come up, but the pelicans came by where all the fishermen were. And I was not fishing, but I was, I guess, too close to a fisherman who had fish, and a pelican was trying to like snap at the fish, but it was very scary for me. So I crawled up my father, and he rescued me, and I was not harmed by the pelican.
And how old were you?
Probably like 7 or 8, maybe.
Yeah.
Ask my sister; she has the same fond, awful memory.
And pelicans are huge when you're 7.
And look how long their beaks
Yeah.
are. You know, but my grandmother loves pelicans because she loved to see them like dive in the water and hunt and catch fish. This was in her home, and I always saw it in her home. I don't know where she got it. I don't know the history behind it. I'm sure it came from the same pier. They do a lot of vendors, you know, local vendors, but it's wooden, and it's natural. And when she passed away, this is one of the few items that I chose, and I keep it on my entryway kind of buffet where people come in. So I see it, my company sees it, and always reminds me of her. So
I love it.
yes, my little pelican reminds me of my grandma.
Very nice. And not only your grandma, but the whole environment of where she was and the memories related to the beach and
Just like the fondness of being with her, and like the memories of her home, and you know the things that she meant for me. So yeah, I love it.
It sounds like it gives you more positive feelings than the negative memory of the pelican on the
Oh yeah,
pier.
it totally overrides that one memory because it reminds me of my life with her. Yes.
Well, going to memories, the next item I have, this is a new item, but every year I like to buy ornaments for my tree. Christmas is very, very big in my home. So while I have reframed some of my Christmas items, one area where I have expanded is ornaments, because especially Hallmark, they do a really good job of bringing nostalgia items back as ornaments. So what I have here, for those of you that can't see, is the Snoopy snow cone maker. And we had one of these when I was a kid.
I did too.
Yes.
I did too.
So growing up, we had the snow cone maker. We had it for years and years and years. And I want to say my brother still had like the snowman that has Woodstock on it. That was the flavor.
You squeeze them.
Yes. And so what I like about this is I've been able to find items like I had as a kid that I loved, that I don't want to keep in my home year round. I don't have the space for it, but by bringing it out once a year, I get to still have those memories without it taking up a ton of space. Like, you know, this box is 4 or 5 inches by, 4 inches by 2 inches deep. So I am willing to devote this much space for a nostalgic item as opposed to the actual snow cone maker, which took up a foot, and a good size on the counter.
And you can tell your children about the fun times that we used ice cubes to make snow cones, and they watered really fast, and they didn't last long, and we made our own flavors, but we did that.
Exactly. You had a hand crank, it took forever, and you didn't have like the good ice. It was just like large chunked ice, so it was always super chunky.
Yes.
But yeah, so other things I have are like I have a Care Bears ornament, or I have like the man landing on the moon, and so different things to commemorate certain times. I also have for my boys, like every year they get to go pick out an ornament, so that's a tradition for them.
Fun.
So it may, one day the collection might grow too large, and I will start, getting rid of some things and reframing my trees. But for now, this has been a really good alternative to be able to still have those nostalgic moments yearly instead of just having something sitting in my garage that isn't doing anything. So,
Sure.
so
I love that.
yes.
And I remember that snow cone
Yeah.
maker too. I have one of those. So talking about things that take up space, I have something too that takes up space in my home. And it is a hand painted rooster. This was a very unexpected gift to me. And so my cousin married a wonderful woman who we've become wonderful friends, and her mother is an artist. And my aunt, who is her mother-in-law, her now mom's new mom friend, right? If you're following along, I have a very large family, but my new cousin's mother painted roosters for my aunt, and I loved the vibrance, the life, the just like the cheerfulness and like the vividness
Yes.
of the portrait she created. And so I complimented her. I was like, I love your paintings so much. They're so wonderful. You have such a talent. I'm just kind of in awe of her talent and ability. And then one day, she brought me a rooster.
Surprise!
Painting. And I do not love roosters, but I love this rooster so much. And it reminds me of kindness. Nothing I would ever expect for somebody to hand paint for me. And it's really a one of a kind, and it's
That's
beautiful.
her signature.
It's her signature here. You can touch it. I try not to touch it much, but it's like it has a beautiful texture of the thick paint. And
yeah, the brush strokes are really pretty.
I know. And it's in my son's playroom, and so I see it every day. He sees it every day. We love colorful things in his playroom, and this is a new thing. I mean, I say new. In the past couple of years, I've had it for a couple of years, and every time I see it, I just think of how sweet and kind and considerate she is to think of me, who is like an extended family member, to paint me something personal, and I love it so much.
Nice. Have you named the rooster?
I have not. He's just Regal Rooster.
Regal Rooster.
Regal Rooster,
I like
yes,
it.
but he's really beautiful.
Maybe one day your son will come up with a name.
Yeah. So love him. Don't love roosters in particular, even though they're wonderful. But I love this one.
And I like that it's in a place where you prominently see it and you can remember it. And yeah, the
Definitely.
colors are really pretty.
I know, it's just bright and vivid.
And you love, one thing with Courtney is she loves saturated colors. I'm definitely much more of like a muddied, grayed, washed out color palette.
Jewel tone,
and she wants
dark,
bright
bright.
and vibrant.
Yes. That's why we just compliment each other.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, another memory item I have is, this is a fluffy bunny. So this is my like prized stuffed animal. For those listening, he used to be pink. You can see on the camera, that's the color of pink it used to
A little
be.
pastel pretty pink.
Right, maybe in the armpit you can see a little. It's very worn, very well loved. I got this in second grade from a teacher. She was never my teacher. Let's see, I got it whenever I was moving. So actually, I had not started second grade yet. I just graduated first grade, and my birthday's at the end of May. And every year for kindergarten and first grade, she would invite me to her big second grade classroom and give me a chocolate ice cream bar, and I would eat it in front of the class, which seems kind of weird, right? And but she was friends with my uncle, and so I would go and have my birthday, ice cream at the end of the year, and everybody would stare at me while I'm eating the ice cream. But anywho, so we were moving after first grade, and so I would not be having second grade at this school, and she was never my teacher or anything like that. But so she gave me this stuffed bunny. And actually, only up until the move, I had like the gift bag it was in, and like it was like a big deal. I revered this rabbit, and I recently got rid of the bag, but I took a picture of it, just to have it. And but this rabbit went everywhere with me, this little bunny, and cuddle. I mean, this was like my security stuffed animal, right? And so I took it everywhere with me. Even when I was 15, when my dad passed away, like this became like what I slept with every night. It was very comforting. We went to Disney World when I was I guess I was 15. It was our last trip before my dad passed away, and I had accidentally left it in the hotel room, and so I was like losing it at 15.
Panicking.
At 15,
Yes.
right? And so we turned around to the hotel, went back and got it, and yes, it's just been like a big comfort throughout my life. It's just a little stuffed animal, but this is like one of the items where it's for a long time, maybe not now, but I like if my house was, if it was an emergency, this would be what I would go back and get.
Aww.
Yeah, this is one of my top 3.
I love, and you can tell he's really loved.
Oh, yeah,
Or
like,
she, I don't know.
It's a he.
Okay.
Like the nose, the threads on the nose
Very
are coming
loved,
off.
and it
For
brings...
most of his life, you couldn't even see the eyes, like they were just covered up with the fur.
Aw,
But yeah, it
brings you
went through the washing
comfort.
machine. There's the pink.
Yeah.
Went through the washing machine so many times. But yes, this is Fluffy Bunny.
Fluffy.
Fluffy.
So cute. Aw, and a gift from somebody who, you know,
Unexpected.
unexpected. I love that.
kindness,
Kind of
yeah.
like my last one.
Yeah.
But you've had that much, much longer than I have.
Yes, so I was 7. So
7. Aw.
yeah, going on 30 plus years.
She's not 7 anymore.
I'm not 7 anymore. It has been fun, like to show my kids too, and it's like, oh, this is my favorite stuffed animal, and
Mm-hmm.
they're not as into stuffies as I was, but it's still fun. So
Love that. My next item is another gift. I'm kind of I didn't know what I was grabbing or what the significance was of all of these things as I was pulling them. But the next item was a gift from one of my younger cousins. So I talk about how my family is very large. And we don't do a gift exchange because there's so many people in my family, but we do like kind of like a white elephant, but it's not white elephant. It's just like you draw a number and you get to exchange the things, the gifts around, and it's a fun game we play. But my little cousin, who at the time was probably like 15, brought me a gift that was wrapped and was personalized to me. And it meant so much to me, and I actually have this on my living room mantle. And I love it so much, and it is this glass cross. So I love it so much, and she said, I saw this and I thought of you and I had to get it. And so it just means so much to me that a little cousin, again, someone much younger than me, somebody that I would be buying a gift for, bought me a gift. And, you know, my faith is very important to me, and she just thought of me, and this brings me a lot of happiness, you know, that if she thinks about me, she thinks about my religion and my faith. And so it brings me a lot of validation and happiness, and just family is really important to me. So this is another really important thing in my house that I really admire and love. Yes.
So it looks like 3 of your 4 items so far were gifted to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like a lot of the items that are gifted, you put a lot of value in.
Not all of the items I'm gifted do I put a value in.
Yeah.
Let me just say, but the
those
things that are
extra.
gifted to me, I am definitely not a person who thinks of people need to give me gifts. And actually my love language, if you think about love languages, is actually not gifts. So it is interesting that the things that I do have are gifts and things that I have here. So yeah.
Just a little observation.
It is a good I'm having some self-awareness today. Yes.
All right. Well, my last item, this is all about new memories. So it's pickleball rackets.
Yes.
And the reason I chose this item is, again, like family. It is very hard to find team sports that my whole family will enjoy that only takes 4 people. Like, we love basketball, but 2-on-2, you know, is a little harder. I'm not a big fan of tennis, but like ping pong, pickleball, my whole family can go out there. My boys are going to be 7 and 9. The rackets are light enough that they can hit it easily. The balls are light enough. I'm not going to worry about them getting hit with a ball because, you know, brothers. So this has been a really fun family sport we've been able to create memories with, and just spend some good quality time together, because again, it's kind of hard for us to find a lot of time to be able to go out and do sports and stuff together. But there's a court down the street from our house, so we can just grab our rackets and go. And yeah, it's fun. We do like kids against adults, you know. My boys love that, except when they lose. But
Don't be too hard on them. Let them win every now and then.
No. I feel like it's the few times like I've let them win at games where, especially like if it's beginners, like the first time they play it, because I'm trying to let them see this is how you win. This is it's more of a teaching thing, right? But they see it as I'm amazing. I won and I'm so good.
They are amazing.
And then and then we play again and I win and then it's like, wait a second. So it's a fine line.
We have to find that balance.
It's a fine line.
That sportsmanship
yes.
too. Yeah.
But we like to play too where we just keep rotating teams too. That's
fun.
been a good technique too. So nobody gets to set. And a lot of times we just don't take score. We just
to have fun.
Yes.
So what kind of feelings does this bring up for you?
Brings up fun, brings up family, a little bit of stress just because again it's the rules and then it's like my kids are very competitive and it's gonna have tears at some point in the game. Like someone's gonna get upset. But overall it's good memories, good feelings.
Yeah, and it sounds like again it's something that it doesn't take a whole lot. You can go and do it. It's easy for your boys at a young age.
Yes.
It's something fun, and so it's something that seems like more hopeful, even though everything comes with a little bit of a stress here and there.
I guess the other feeling I get is pain when I think of my knee at the end.
Oh.
Trying to make those hard transitions and stops.
Be gentle with your body.
I know. Don't jump over 40, man. It's a
That's
long way
hazard.
down.
That is a hazard.
Things they don't tell you. But what's your last item?
My last item is an actual mix of items. So
were they gifted?
No, these were not gifted. So my husband and I, we love to host, and we love to make sure that everybody is, well taken care of.
Yes.
And before we met and married, he had these amazing sand stone coasters that are wonderful. So I'm just going to show you them. They have an H for Huckabee, our last name. Wonderful. And
or Harris. Yeah.
Or Harris. But one thing you'll notice as I'm trying my best to hold these up is they're both cracked.
Aww.
Right? Okay, so let me tell you, these are kind of sentimental to my husband. He doesn't know I brought them today. But when you have a child who is 4, and you have a lot of kids over at your house because we have a very big family.
Yes.
These things get broken.
Yeah.
And so we've super glued them. We've tried our very best to kind of set them aside for just the adult time only, like when we have adults over, like my office. But sadly, these are 2 that we have left of a set of 8. Aww. And so it's sad because it's sentimental to my husband and I love them so much. They're actually crumbling right now in my hand. But I try my very best to keep good care of them, so I kind of put them away. And what I have for replacements, because we do love to host, are these really inexpensive, flexible rubber, silicone place coasters, because people need a drink, if you have an iced tea or if you have a glass of wine or if you have a soda, you want a place for them to have it just in case there's a hot day in Texas. And so these are bringing me a lot of easiness, convenience, good purposefulness. I love function.
Yes.
These are gorgeous and beautiful, but they just don't function as well in the chapter we're in. So I try my very best to put these coasters in a place that are not going to be used as much, and I try to put these coasters out every time we have guests over. So
yeah, because even if you sealed those, then it would lose the purpose of a coaster, because then it would be too slick and the water would just slide off of them.
Right. They wouldn't be as useful to absorb all that moisture.
Function.
So my hope is maybe we find a really wonderful replacement one day for these, but probably when our kid is 10 or 15 or older.
But it kind of goes back to in our book though about if it's not functional for what you need now, do you put it away and save it for a time when it could be, or do you move on to something else,
But these are some of the only ones we have left, and I haven't thrown them out because my husband finds a lot of, sentimentality in them.
Do you know where he got them, or?
It could have been a beautiful travel he went on, or it could have been Target. I don't know, but they're very important to him. And so it doesn't matter where he got them. If I could replace them maybe one day, I think would be great. And so that's my idea, is one day we will, but not until we have less throwing of things and spilling of things.
Yes, it's hard.
I know.
The sacrifices we make for our children, right? The things they will never know.
I know. All of the glass, beautiful Christmas ornaments off the tree. Now all I have is like plastic and things that won't break as easily. Yeah.
Yep, we did that too.
But
we're finally at that spot where we're starting to be able to put some things back on.
Yes.
But I have to make sure they're secured very tightly to the tree. So yeah. Well, this has been fun going through items. You know, it's fun to like reflect and just think about the things that take up space in our home, the things that take up emotions and our energy, and some can be positive, some can be negative, some just are purely functional. And this is fun.
Yes.
Let's see what we have.
Yeah, so we've got a really great time to kind of reflect and find some themes in our time today. We really encourage you to look around your home and, you know, how things bring up different emotions for you, how they function in your home. And maybe like these coasters that I have, they're not functioning as well, but do I have a place that I put them and preserve them as best as I can safely? Or things that bring you fond memories, or things that bring up a lot of positive emotions. Are they somewhere you can see them? Are they somewhere that are preserved and displayed so that other people can enjoy them too?
Yes, and even, you know, making sure like your everyday, your functional is fun, whether it's with a colorful marker, or if you're really nostalgic and sentimental like I am, is there a way to reframe the items that you do love and just bring them out once a year, or put them on a tree, or you know, do a miniature version of them? So
love that.
Yeah.
Well, until next time, leave us a comment, like us, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and we can't wait to share more with you soon.
Yeah, and be sure to leave a review. That's the best way for the algorithm to spread our message and help other people find us. And let us know what 5 items you have, or 1 item that you saw looking around your house that brought up some emotions.
See you soon.
Bye.